Walk one act like a bad man boss. Got a remote control for your life. So when them tell you run jump, you ask them how high. Say you're ready for strike. If you take another man life, you put your life on the line. So make me open up your eye. Cause it seems like them young boy blind. Because how come your boss man never give your mother money for the bail? And how come your boss man never visit you in jail? And if that's how him go on whilst you alive, what make you think when you're dead he go mind your child? And all the talk him a talk about brother. And if you only dead in line for stepfather, waiting patiently just to be the outside lover. So make me remind you that my boss got your boss breathing. Good Lord, Jesus Christ me believe in.
The fisherman?
Yeah, there's a lot of things on.
Okay. How are you fishing? With a fishing line or with a net?
Net, line, downrigger.
And what are you going to do with this now? Sell it or eat it?
I just sell fish and I just cook fish as master chef.
Yeah, forgive me, but they told me never eat fish or any food from a skinny chef.
Yeah.
But you're working with a belly like me, so I trust you more. What's your name?
Master Chef.
Master Chef, there's no better name than that. And where are we at right now?
We at Carnage Fish Market Center.
Look at this, I'm learning. Not only am I filming, I get to learn.
Yeah.
Learn how to cut up a fish.
Yeah.
The last thing I am is a master chef.
Yeah.
My wife doesn't even allow me in the kitchen.
Yeah, man.
Look at that, everyone eats. The vulture must love you.
All eating.
Yeah, they love you.
Nothing wastes in Carnage.
Yes. I'm gonna give you good wishes for a bountiful catch. Look, that vulture ate too much. He's not even he's not even hustling for the food anymore. Thank you, my friend. Carnage, still in Trinidad and Tobago, and today I got a very special guest, a musically inclined guest, an artist that's world-renowned, and I don't know where he is, but shortly I'll introduce you to him. Oh, there he is. There he is. The man, the myth. I was talking about you and I didn't see you sneak up behind me. Here we are. Maybe I can get you to introduce yourself.
What's going on? Homeboy, Jaron Nurse. Welcome home.
Welcome home.
Yeah man, welcome home.
Where are we now? We're in your neighborhood?
Yeah, this is me here.
Yeah.
Carnage fishing community, as you could see.
Yes.
I mean,
I've driven past Carnage many times, but this is the first time to put my feet on the ground.
well, welcome.
Yes. So I know in Trinidad this is a very famous man, so you already recognize him for a long list of accomplishments. But for those around the world that have yet to meet you, what's abbreviated, I don't want to say sales pitch, what can you teach the audience about yourself?
Just a little youth man that was a nobody but found Christ, found Jesus, and you know, that's what added value to my life.
So you're saying the reason you are where you are right now is Jesus Christ?
Strictly.
Strictly?
Strictly. Nothing else but that.
Well, we're gonna learn more. Music is his business. Are you insulted by saying that? Your claim to fame.
Business, but and it has bring income, so
yes,
you could feel safe to say that. But
yes.
on my side, we'll call it more ministry.
Okay.
You know, because it's not really with the aim of making money, but reaching souls. But the Bible always tell you that your gift will make way for you. You know?
Yes.
So income does come, but I just buy the way. Because I just live without income. I don't need income.
Yes.
I don't need currency. Favor is my currency.
You tell me, what do you need? Happiness? Yeah, favor.
Favor.
Okay.
And I said people die my currency because no matter what part of the world I go.
Yes.
The other day I was in the airport, I had some TT currency.
Yes.
Took a flight and ended up in the US. And I realized over there TT don't make sense.
Yeah.
Currency different, you know? So
yes.
Currency is according to your location. But the thing called favor, no matter what part of the world I'm at, once Jesus on top,
yes,
favor will follow, and I good to go.
So I'm gonna spread some honesty from my heart and my soul. We were going to shoot about 2 weeks ago, then I got ill, and then had a few problems here, and I'm very glad that we're having the opportunity to speak today. When I talked to you on the phone, I said I grew up in a religious, semi-religious household. I went to Catholic schools. Every week I was one of the family members at church. And as I got older and had kids, we sort of fell off. We'd go to church for a special occasion. And now it's not even that.
So it's safe to say you get kids and you forget about your father when you became a father.
I questioned everything a lot more. As I've traveled the world, I've actually get great enjoyment out of many religions. I'm not religious, but I feel good when I'm in a mosque in the Middle East, and I also feel good when I'm in a Catholic church or any place of worship. I like learning.
So that's a conversation I usually stay away from, religion.
Yes.
You know, I speak Christ.
Yes.
I'm a Pentecostal by faith.
Yes.
You know, but more so I speak Christ.
Yes.
Jesus.
Yes.
I mean.
Well, for me, just for those that don't know, I was just detained, and I spent some time in a detention center. And it's not my first time here in Trinidad, but on the walls, there's always a lot of writing about God and God the Savior in English and Spanish, and God is great. And I'll tell you, and I'll tell my audience, for the first time in my life, I don't want to say I openly prayed and requested for something, but I spoke out loud. You know, prayer to me growing up was always close your eyes and say a prayer.
That's what we were taught.
But I found myself talking out loud for the first time, and I don't want to say things I wished for. I just asked for the strength to be able to deal with my circumstances. And the promise I made in my prayer was that when I get home, I will bring my children and wife, at least attempt to go back to church, to see how they feel. Today's video is not strictly about Christ or the church.
Yeah. I get what you're saying, but
yes.
you know something we have to be careful with.
Yes.
You know, as you say, to bring them back to church. You know, and that has been the problem sometimes. We don't have to go back to church per se.
Yes.
Church is an important place. But we also have plenty people coming back to the church but still not coming back to God. Not
Yes.
coming back to Christ. You know, they have a story in the Bible, the prodigal son. When he went away, you know, he ran into problems, he take his wealth and he ran into problems and he was heading back home. But then he said, you know what, I'll go back to my father. Some people are focused on going back to church.
Yes.
But that is just a part of it.
Right.
The real thing is getting back to your father, get back to Christ. So bring your family back to Christ. Yes, church is important. You know, the Bible said don't forsake the assembling of the saints, so that have its place.
Yes.
But don't just focus on going back to church, focus on bringing them back
I'm
to
with
Christ.
you, and I'm here to learn. This is why I love doing what I'm doing. I've always believed in God, and we're not going to continually push on this. What I'm excited about today's video, we have a gentleman here that's traveling the world singing. Am I correct? It's gospel music?
Yeah.
We say that he's a wanted man all over the world. We're going to talk about music. Also growing up in Caranage. We're here on the jetty. Have you ever fished from this area?
For sure, fishing is almost compulsory.
Yeah. So you're saying
fishing and
it's
swimming,
in your blood.
Swimming and football is compulsory when you're talking about Caranage.
And yeah, let me just take a look, see if they've caught anything, and then we're gonna find out a little bit more about his life and his future, and hopefully we can bring some very positive words to other youth growing up
here. Take a shot in
here
the bucket? Sure.
in Caranage.
Now you're doing a documentary?
Yes.
Yeah. So this is a redfish, or we call this a sub.
Redfish.
Yeah, redfish. Oh, when it's a little darker, we call them sub. This is a sapate.
Okay.
And
Yeah. You know the thing, man.
yeah, this is skin tough. It doesn't only look thing. It has no scales, but the skin real tough. Yeah, life too, Joey. When they...
Okay. Who's the better fisherman out of the two? How do you say that? What's the secret to his success?
He used a different bait to me.
So if you're watching him, a smart man would say you should copy him.
Yeah, well, that's what it do.
Now let me ask you, what's the secret? For anybody watching that wants to come and catch some fish here in Caranage, what's the secret?
Well, the secret is he lives around the area here, so I followed him. If he say use this,
Ah, man, you guys are both too kind.
Yeah.
You're both complimenting each other.
Yeah. So
What are you gonna do with the fish? We're eating the fish?
those for cooking.
Yes, amazing. I love it. Fish. There's nothing better to eat than seafood.
That's right.
What's the biggest fish you ever caught off this jetty right here?
Salmon.
Salmon.
What is the size?
Salmon, like 32-inch salmon.
Is that like a fishing tale, or this really happened?
No.
Did anybody else see it happen?
Yeah, I have the idea.
You sure?
Yes.
Did you believe him?
Yes, that's my brother.
Okay.
Yes.
So you go along with anything that he says,
Whatever he
even if
says,
it's not true.
he can.
Yeah.
No, he always tell it.
Salmon, redfish, and mangrove snapper.
Yeah.
Catch that here.
No shark tails. No, nothing like that. Yeah.
But salmon, mangrove snapper, and them redfish.
Okay.
Where you originally from?
Canada.
Oh, Canada.
Yeah.
Well, I live in the States, United States.
Yes.
So I catch striped bass,
Yes.
porgies.
Where is that in the States? That's saltwater
New
though.
York, New York.
Saltwater.
Saltwater.
Because the way you're holding that out, that's a pretty big bass.
My biggest fish is 42 and 3/4 inch.
Wow.
Yes.
That's a true fisherman. If he remembers, not 43. How much?
42 and 3/4.
42 and 3/4.
That's my biggest fish. And
You
it
know
was-
that you're not really from Carnage, to say.
I know Shoguners.
Should go on a ship,
Sure.
because the truth is Carnage people learn to fish here. Because in our
go-
mind we conquer this.
They go out in
You know, and
You go out in the boat.
funny as we say.
Yeah.
So, like go out on a boat or stuff, go out on the alcohol,
Yeah.
that kind of.
Yes.
Amazing. Well, I don't want to interrupt you guys from fishing. Good luck.
Thank
Much
you.
success.
Appreciate everything.
And it's up to you to get that title back. You got to catch a bigger fish.
You have it?
I like he says we, because I don't see no fish by
Not
him.
bragging.
Yeah.
We have it.
Okay. Good luck.
Thank you.
Yes. You grew up in Carenage, and there's also a famous artist that I got to meet named Prince Swanee that also grew up in this neighborhood. You're a gospel singer. Prince Swanee is singing Badness. You're on opposite sides. Tell me, first and foremost, what do you think about Swanee as a person?
Swanee as a person, you know, he's a little brother to me. I love him. I don't support his music, you know, and this
Openly?
is something.
He knows that?
Yeah, he know that.
Okay.
That's what I'm going to know. There's something that he know. I'll always tell him, you know, I would never support your music because it's totally opposite to the message I carry, you know. But seeing him grow as a young man and where he came from, you know, he came from far. And some part of me want to celebrate him as a person, not the message he carry.
Yes.
You know. So yeah, I have a saying. We have a saying. I'll tell him. I don't know who's Prince Swanee. I know Terrell Swan, and he don't know who's Jaron Nurse. He know Frame. You know, cause that is our home name. You know. So yeah, he's a brother I love, but I'll say it again. You know, I don't support his music, and I ain't feel no way to say that. That's just the truth. I don't
Yeah.
support it.
Yeah. From a talent standpoint, there's no shadow of a doubt the man has talent.
He's talented.
Yes.
You know, he's talented because you see sometimes God bless all of us with gift, you know. But
Yep.
we just using it the wrong way in the wrong field.
Yes.
You know, some of them car thieves might be good mechanics. You know understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got to meet him, and my personal opinion after spending 2 days with him is right now the words that come out of his mouth are for entertainment value. He knows what sells, and as I sort of touch upon, music is a business. These are my personal thoughts. I listen to music myself for entertainment value, just like if I were to watch a movie. But I think we'd both agree that there are some people that are negatively influenced by negative music. So that's something else we can talk about. But you have relationships with artists all over Trinidad.
Yeah.
There's
most of them
no hostility between
Nah, man.
you and them.
You know, some of them even appeared in some of my music videos.
Yes.
Because the message I carry is a message that everyone needs. You know,
Can
which is-
let's walk just because of the wind. But the message you carry is
yeah, is a message that everybody need. So I wouldn't want to keep nobody far and not be able to bring the message that they need. What's this not?
yes.
Yeah. I wouldn't want to keep nobody far when I have something for them. You know, because I tell people Jesus is for everybody.
Yes.
So yeah, I cool with everyone.
Let me, while we're talking that, do you think there's anybody you can, I don't know if convert is the right word, but I mean musically, do you think that you can get one of these artists that are singing about negativity to convert into something more positive? Or that's not your mission?
It's easy to get them to sing positive, you know.
Right.
But the next thing is really to live positive. You know what I mean? So because there are plenty Trinidad artists, as you would say, would reach out to me. They want to do a song. Because of where we're from, Swanee and I is from the same street, just houses apart. Some people, when you and Swan doing a song, ting, and I tell them, it wouldn't make sense at this point because it wouldn't be that song, is what will come after that. Because that will mean that I'm introducing him or people to him,
Yes.
which is from a different demographic, and what he do after that could either be a blessing or a damage to them. His next song after, because people might say, I like this guy voice who sang with Jaron. Let me look at the rest of music, that kind of way, and that is what could be detrimental.
Yes.
So it's not about doing positivity, it's about living positivity.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's easy to sing a song, as I say, they're all talented, them fellas and them, they have the talent. So
Yes.
words, they're not limited on words.
Yes.
And it's just to put yourself in a place and sing about whoever it is. And that could be a success, but I wouldn't measure a successful song by how much views it get. I measure success by purpose.
Okay, the big question. Trinidad music. What influence, negative influence, does that have on your beautiful country of Trinidad? Are kids, youth, adolescents going out and committing crimes because of the lyrics in their favorite Trinidad artists' songs?
I'll be careful, I'll choose my words carefully. Yes, the music have a big part to play with the crime as well. I wouldn't say the music is I hope they don't misunderstand. I wouldn't say the music is what causing the crime, but the music have a big part to play, because if you look, each song, each artist, or most of them affiliated with some gang or some number. And I have people who I know not around today because of that. Live in one place and next place and stuff like that. So the music part of it, because we had friends that was musically together and then they fall apart and end up war infractions in the country. So I just blame the music for a big part of the violence. And my friends, because again, these guys, we cool. So we just go back and forth with arguments, saying, and they would say, nah, that is just we expressing ourselves, and that's what the youths like. That's the big argument. So we gain them what they like. So I just say, if my mommy did give me what I like when I was a child, I would have, my teeth would have been rotten by now, because I did like candy. So not because they like something, you'll give them it. The next thing they say, that's what they're seeing every day, so you're just giving them it. I tell people, I used to mind, this does remind me of my younger life. I used to mind plenty pit bulls. And in learning about pit bulls, what I learned is that because of their nature, you don't teach them aggression, you teach a pit bull discipline. And that'll be the same for some of these youths. They're growing up, they're seeing that every day. So I believe we have to teach them youths them discipline. Don't teach them and feed them no more violence or gang thing. That's hurt me to see that the numbers and the gang thing even overflowing. It had a spillover in schools.
You know what, I see it. I was in Diego Martin a week ago filming a video with Quincy. Some kids, I'd say no older than 6 and 7, came up to me and they're throwing up numbers and saying K-Man, K-Man. Even though they're not in that area, it's influencing them in a negative way. I think it's up to the parents then to be able to control their kids and tell them what's the difference between right and wrong. You as a father, any Trinidad music in your household?
Madness.
Yeah, when your child is young?
Yeah, could never.
Never.
Nah, don't support that music at all.
You were once a child.
Yeah.
And maybe you listened to music that you weren't supposed to.
I agree with you.
And you'd hide behind.
That's the truth. So I came from the era where mommy and daddy strict. So I had to hide to listen to that kind of music. So the chances of me or my brain getting polluted was very rare, because I spend most time around my parents. This generation here it had no accountability. Children. I have a song called Positive Music, and how that song came about was a guy that asked me. He said, ask Small Man what's his favorite song. At that time it wasn't really much violent music. He said, down in your throat, girl. That is a song that promotes sexual activity.
Yeah.
And he was about probably 4 years old.
Singing the song.
Yeah, down in your throat, girl. So that was a touching time for me, and that's why I went and write a song called Positive Music, because I know that young boy, he don't know how to put on the radio, he don't know how to find that song to himself, but
Right.
You know, playing around, so that is how we learn. And music also is a powerful tool that enter our subconscious without our permission.
Yeah.
You know, so sometimes we singing thing in our head, we don't want to. Sometimes we tapping our feet, we moving.
Catchy song, right?
You know, so that's just the power of music, and I just wish that artists would understand that music of itself is a powerful tool.
100%.
You know, and you being an artist that people, because the truth is, as much as these guys might doing the wrong thing and promoting violence, in some communities they are the heroes of it.
Yeah. In a lot of the communities. I know the young kids are looking up to the artists.
Yeah.
Period. 100%. No doubt. You know, I didn't tell you this, but the way that I got introduced to you and your music, I didn't even know your name. Somebody said there's this one guy in Trinidad that's taking a song that's popular, a badness song, and changing the lyrics to add positivity to it. Maybe you can explain what your mindset. Maybe we can go somewhere. I love the rain, but I'm worried about the wind affecting the voice.
So you can go between some nice place.
Yeah, but maybe you can tell me as we're walking. So that's true. You were taking songs that already existed.
Well, it's one song I did that with.
Yes.
Song that's actually the song that people would measure as the blow up song for Jaron, a song called Fed Up. So what it was, I was in studio with my cousin Odell, and we was vibing an instrumental and started to sing one a plumpy song, you know. My journey, God alone I walk, saying that God alone walk with me. So I was and I leave fall on your camera there. Yeah, I say, you know, we should take those guys' songs and turn it a positive, get a positive spin, a positive twist, you know?
Yes.
And he was like, yeah, when I sang the My Journey thing, he was like, yeah, record her. Good. It's like, record her. So I didn't have the song, I did only have, and it was just there. And then I had it on my phone, I met Plumpy. At that time, I didn't really know Plumpy well as I knew the rest, you know. So when I met him in Port Spain, I was working at the time. I said, "Is Plumpy?" Say, yeah. I said, "I want to hear something, boy. Tell me what's your thoughts." And I played the piece of the song that I had, and his reaction, yeah, man. His reaction was like, "Boy, that bad, ting. Give me your number." And he was like, "Ting, and you call me. You finish your song?" But you had to finish that song, and I'll safely say that Plumpy was the driving force for me to complete. That's who God used to make me really drive and complete the song. In the video, him and Swani at that time, they were friends. I don't know what's their status, full status right now. But both of them was in the video. It was a blessing, and it started to grow and grow. People started to measure it as a successful song because of the amount of views.
How many views are we talking about?
I think it's 6 million or something.
Crazy.
5 or 6 million.
But not only is it the number of views, it's showing you that it's possible to sing positive music in Trinidad and be successful.
And the other songs that followed as well, it received some love. The truth is, positivity always have a harder time to reach, you know. So I just encourage younger artists, don't measure success by how many views, and I'll keep on saying this, or how much people like your thing, how much times they play on the radio. Measure success by, and this is the next gospel artist calling me, Mark Isaac.
Mark Isaac.
Yeah, prolific singer, one of the sweetest voices in gospel music. A few of them, Samuel, you must listen to some gospel music too. Yeah, so I just encourage them and tell them, don't just measure it by how much times it played. Measure your success by purpose. Sometimes that song blessing one person, somebody in the hospital, uplifting, you know. So that is my little encouragement to them.
You must have, but is there a certain story that you can remember of maybe a person coming up to you and saying like your music changed me or it saved me? And
Countless stories. Huh? What going on? Nah, everything cool. That's it. Yeah. Countless stories and testimonies, and that is what has been the biggest blessing for me.
Of course.
No money could replace those kind of stories. I remember I went to a church at night, and this guy came and he said, I came tonight just because of you, you know. Remember, he was in a street crusade. was in a street crusade, and you made a altar call, and that day I gave my life to the Lord, and because of that now I'm my whole family saved. I said all credit to Jesus, because the truth is we don't save nobody. It's the Spirit of God that has called men and draw men, and I thank God for continually using me. One of the biggest blessings as well is how God has qualified the disqualified. You know what I mean? As my concert coming up there, he does pardon all of us, you know, the pardoning. So yeah, he's a God of second
So
chances.
on that lines, you believe it's never too late?
Never too late, man. Once you're breathing, never too late.
So you've done some wrong, you've gone the wrong way, there's opportunity.
Chris, boy, I still do wrong, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but thank God for his grace, his loving kindness towards me, and the continual pardoning. You know what I mean? When men disqualify people, so perfect example. Somebody else might have think twice to link with Christmas list at this time.
Yes,
because
for sure.
they have so much controversy around your name.
Yes.
But we see it different. You know, I get to meet Chris, share the gospel with Chris, where Chris could now share the gospel with people.
The world.
You know? And because God forgive me for doing worse.
Yes.
So why I should watch you away because something going on with you and whatever going on in security and governmental, whatever, that had nothing to do with me.
Yes.
At the end of the day, God sent us to meet people.
Now we have a reason. You know, I told him I was happy on the phone because the first question I asked, I'm like, are you scared? Because a lot of people I had plans with said, Chris, I don't want to be involved. You know, your name is basically coming through the dirt. So when we spoke, he had no problem. And I said, look, if we can help one person with today's video find a positive way, then I feel like we've done a good job together. Using the platform in a positive way has been always my goal. Maybe we can walk a little bit more and tell us, you spoke a little bit about life.
Yeah.
You told me you were adopted.
Yeah.
Maybe, do you feel comfortable talking?
Yeah, man.
So, there's no doubt there's other children out there that are having a very difficult life growing up. Maybe if you share some of your stories, it will give them the strength that they might need in times where it's rough.
So, I was adopted from 2 weeks old. My dad was on drugs. My mom mentally ill. So I was adopted by, he was supposed to be my godparents. But I tell them science wouldn't understand that my godparents became my biological parents. Growing up in this place, it wasn't easy. You know, I heard some of the tough things. They say, boy, your mother mad, your father is this, your father doing this, he's the adopted child. What's going on? He's the adopted child, what and what. But I thank God that he have a way that he does take my, or anybody, not just my own, your own, he does take your misery and make it your ministry. You know? So somebody, I thank God for the tough times I went through, so I could talk to youth. Sometimes I travel all over to speak to people who would be going through similar situations. And I consider that to be a big blessing, and I consider that to be living in purpose. I just hear people saying, but you're going to make it big, you know. I tell people, the day I give my life to Jesus was the day I make it big. Yeah. You know? And I just interfere with it sometimes because, you know, sin does always try to step in our way. But thank God for his grace. Thank God for his loving kindness, his forgiveness. So once you come to Christ, I'm a point, you make it big.
Yes.
Making it big for me is not having all the nice things. And God bless me with a few things, and I learn in life that they are nothing.
Yes.
You know? Plenty things I wanted, God bless me with. And I realized, boy, what's the sense in that? Sometimes I'm passing it straight. Sometimes I ain't even using it. You know? So life is not about things to me. So that's why I tell people, I just say without a doubt, Jaron don't need money. I satisfied with what I have in this life here. I satisfied. God is my witness. God knows satisfied. So that's why this event coming up here is nothing to give away a vehicle or 2 vehicles, because I satisfied.
Let's touch upon that a little bit more. So the event is coming up on
23rd of September.
23rd of September at Savannah. Queens Park, Savannah. His tour, I'll share a link wherever you want me to in the description so people can find out. And he's giving away 2 vehicles. How many years in a row have you done this concert or performance?
Well, it wasn't consecutive years, but this is actually the 4th edition.
Yes.
Yeah, because of the pandemic and stuff, and had some hiccups, you know. But this is the 4th. We gave away 2 vehicles already. I couldn't give away one in the first because I was not at a place to do that. But
Right.
thank God now, at the 40 this year, I'm doing 2 to balance off 4 and 4. So
what,
the 4
what a
cars,
good guy. He missed a car 1 year, so this year he wants to double up and get 2 cars. And the music, I'll be the first and foremost to say, when I'm in my car driving, I'm not looking for gospel music, but your music is good. I know it's considered gospel, but I mean it doesn't sound typical gospel, if that makes sense. So I encourage you guys, I'll leave links down below, I encourage you guys to give it a chance.
I tell people, gospel is not limited to a genre.
Yes.
Gospel is the message, you know? So it's the same message, we just share it in different methods. So some might use rap, some might use I love reggae, some might use dancehall, but once it's the message glorifying Christ, and
I think it's amazing. So many people on my first trip said, like, you're interviewing the wrong people. No disrespect to the people that I interviewed. You are very, very high. People wouldn't stop messaging me. So I'm glad the second visit here to Trinidad, we get an opportunity to meet and in your hometown. And I love the rain. I don't know. Normally it's a deterrent for creating videos, but I feel great being out here in the rain. So anybody watching my videos from other neighborhoods that I filmed here in Port of Spain, you'll see a very common mention is their lack of support from the government, lack of help. So tell me more. Has the government helped you with your mission?
yeah, definitely.
And when we say help, what do you mean by help?
So they help everyone in, but the help that some people want
Yes.
is not possible.
Okay.
Apparently some people just want the government to put $1 million in their hand or 100,000 in their hand.
Yes.
But how the government helps us by providing opportunities. So I work close with the Ministry of Youth Affairs and stuff. We just had something called Youth on Stage. That I give away $150,000, giving a lot of youth opportunities.
That's recently, it just happened. Okay.
Yeah, and also a lot of people was, you know, a lot of young talents was discovered through that program. Before that was Minister Shamfa Kocho, very hard-working minister as well. I used to admire her because she herself would go hard for the youth. So it had youths for empower. That's things for young men. You know, 40 under 40, where they take 40 or more influencers that is under the age of 40 to go to schools and talk to youths and stuff. So yeah, the government provides opportunity. So I was in a place recently that I went to do something for the government, and a criminal hotspot. But I was on my motorcycle. I was riding motorcycle, right? So as I'm leaving, the guys flagged me down. So I thought was, you know, to take a picture, because normally people stop me to take a picture with the bike with the children and stuff. Again, we was in a hotspot. The guy knocked my helmet, and he say, you from, where you from? Where you from? And somebody, I had a young lady there that realized the bike. So they know that bike is my bike. So I was like, hey, my little boy, I Jaron and thing. So I was watching that sometimes, even though the government providing opportunity, it has some hazards in the communities that does make it tough. Yep. You know, even as I have a mini-mart, you'll hear people saying, trucks not coming there to drop messages, the bread truck for it to come because the robbery, you know? Yep. No, I'm not saying this is every community, and there's some community where I really miss the bosses. I'm talking about the bosses long time who would, yo, that chain that them fellas take last night, I'm a little cousin on. Alright, we will send that back down. It had order. But now, it don't have much order. You know, because they started, even in the music, they started to push this fully dance thing and this evil thing. So right now, we reaping those moments. Now is reaping time. You know, I thank God that God is still more than able and He could fix any problem. But what going on in society, you see that evil, so that why it's nothing to kill a little 5-year-old. I know you're not hear about that, they kill a 5-year-old and a father, they kill a next little child, they're looking for a young boy, they kill the whole family. Is that kind of evil mentality that they've been pushing and supporting, and this is us reaping, for the want of a better word, the rewards of that, which is not really good rewards.
So you place zero blame on the government?
I'm not saying the government. The government could do more.
Yes.
I'm not placing zero blame on the government. There's always room for improvement.
Of course.
You know?
With us as well, as humans,
correct,
right? Yeah.
Correct. But if some of us play a part, a perfect example, I was on a platform, something that the government initiated to provide opportunities for youths. A young man stand up with all the other young men supporting him. He say he want that job and this and that and that and the other. And a guy who was on the same said platform with me, he say, yo, what you like to do? Electrical, construction, you have a job in the morning. Come and meet me by this place. He was like, hey boy, I can't really go there, you know. Because that's the next thing.
It's too early.
You know, borderline.
Yes.
So some find, as you say, too early to wake up in the morning.
Yeah.
Some find, boy, it have a borderline because if so apparently they want the government to give them jobs in the area alone.
Yeah.
You know, we have a next big problem now, extortion. They're calling people and hey, yo, what's going on? Your business looking good. You have to pass this money.
Yeah. Well, let's really break it down. So, the average person watching, the extortion is where you own a business, big or small, and a group of people will come and say, we want a percentage of your sales, or you pay us a weekly or monthly salary in order to protect your business from ourselves, basically. It's a very big problem, not only here, but in parts all over the world. The rain continues to come down. Yeah, but you and I spoke in the car, and you said that it's not hard to fix this problem. So I'd love to hear any feedback that you have.
So why I say one of the first ways to fix the problem is if the government and the opposition could unite on certain things. Let's go back and forth on knocking heads.
But give me one. Like, give me an example. What's an actionable
like
step?
To pass some certain bills and stuff. Yes. This one wouldn't agree and that is delay the process. So something as simple as stiffer and stricter gun penalties.
Yes.
I would say I would petition for that. You know, you get held hold with a firearm, especially a repeated offender. Right away you serve a certain amount of time.
Yes.
You know, and make it stiff, make it at 10 years or what, you know. Again, everyone would not agree with me, and I cater for that. And this is also if my family, if I have family involved in it, I want the same for them. Because I don't support gun, I don't support crime, I don't support violence at all.
Yeah.
So even if my family involved, I wish the same for them, that the law will put it on them.
The law is the law for everyone.
Correct.
Right.
So stiffer gun penalties, we have situations where this person got held with a firearm. Perfect example, somebody was in prison, they came out, they got held with a firearm, get bail, come out, and then they got murdered. You know? And the jail is not a deterrent anymore. Jail somewhat look good. You understand? Nothing in prison to deter. For some people, prison is just the next place away from your family.
First, jail did not look good to me. But yes, to some people.
Yeah. So, the fear of prison not really there. The fear of penalties not really there. But I think that's a good place to start. Stiffer gun penalties. Because gun is one of the main problems.
What about, since you know a lot of these artists from different areas, what about the possibility of some sort of peace treaty, like it's happened in the past, where artists come together and say, look, let's put down our guns towards each other. Do you think anything like that is possible?
Where the problem has come. The problem has come because they tried at it, you know, and it had some level of success. The thing I don't understand is how easy that is one to unite against the police.
Yes.
The last one, it was a build-up on police murder some people, and the people came together.
Right.
So it's always easy to gather again. So they don't mind joining, uniting
Killing
to
each
go.
other.
No.
It's okay.
The warring factors don't mind gathering and uniting to go against police and whatever, right?
Yes.
So which means it's possible. The thing about it is, and I was sharing with someone, sometimes the income that these fellas have, the income that they have, when peace happening, they will can't really make that income. And then the government can't really give them something to replace that income, because some of these fellas make a lot of money.
Yes.
So to take that from them, they will, because we find living leverage according to our salary or our income. So these people who have things to maintain and stuff like that. You understand?
Yes.
So That is what's going on. So the government does do things, you know, but not enough for them.
Yes.
You understand? Again, I'm not saying that the government can do better. I have a lot of things the government could do better. But the way that it's painted as, nah, the government does shut.
Does Trinidad have a crime problem?
For sure, indeed.
Why is it so hard for many to admit that?
We have a crime problem.
You know how many people I ask in Trinidad, do you have a crime problem? You know what the response is? There's problems all over the world. They'll say, doesn't Canada have a problem?
Okay.
But nobody will admit there's a problem. I'm admitting. I see it.
There's
I read
a
the
crime
newspaper.
problem. And people ask, is a crime problem? And
Yes.
people has asked, what is going on in Trinidad? I just tell them Venezuela happened to Trinidad. Let me explain.
Yes.
Because we are at a different disadvantage because of our geographical location. Trinidad is one of the closest points to Venezuela. Right here, we're from water area.
Yes.
Venezuela not too far from here. So because of that, we are at a disadvantage in terms of access. The population in Venezuela is how much? It could be 30-something million.
Yes.
And stand to be corrected. That is just a drop in the bucket here. And access to so many things is a drug country, guns. So those things pass through here, and because of that, there's a lot on the streets. You understand what I'm saying? Yes, the government could do better. Yes, it have crooked cops. I'm not saying no. We all have to work together to make the place a better place.
And it's possible it's going to happen?
Yes, but where we reach now is only God can fix this problem.
Yes.
You understand? It get too big. It's only God can fix this problem. As I tell people, we don't just have a crime problem. We have a heart problem. Man heart far from God, and a man who don't have God could do anything. That's why they could run in a house and kill a little child, run in so kill a lady. They don't have no Christ in them.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Because sometimes I have Christ in me, and when I get upset, I just think some kind of crazy things, you know. And I have God in me. But thank God for the Spirit of God that just pull me back. I'll get
Control
conviction
yourself.
in my
Right.
mind.
Yes.
Hey, Jaron, you're going too far. Why are you thinking like that? Understand what I'm saying? So that's the first problem. Man heart far from God. Father's not around to lead the way they're supposed to lead. So nobody know how to follow the real father. So they're having problems following the real father. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah. This grouper here.
Grouper.
Yeah. Salmon. Not pink salmon as you know.
Yes.
Right? Silver salmon. This here, most wanted. Kingfish.
Why is it most wanted? Tastes good?
Tastes good. It's upscale fish.
Okay.
You know, nobody will use this for bait.
Right.
And this here, the all famous red snapper.
Yeah, I'm a red snapper kind of guy.
It happened some years ago, 2010, during the state of emergency. I would say I caught a case, got arrested, and that would have put me in a place and give me a criminal record, you know. Not too long after, that would have been the same time I gave my life to Christ, you know, at a church camp, and I realized that God blessed me with a gift. So people started to send from all over the world, and I realized it had some countries I could have go to, some I couldn't go to because of the criminal record.
Yes.
You know, but after being, they turned me down so many times, the US embassy and the Canadian embassy as well, that turned me down. I met a police officer in 2022 and he said, "You're a good behaving citizen now, so give us 2 months and we'll clean and clear your record for you." So I said, that sounds good. I just tell people it's the first time in my life I count 2 months. When the 2 months was up, I walk in the police admin building. I said, "Good day. I ain't come to collect no papers. I just want to know if my record clean, if it clear." He called upstairs. He was like, "Yeah, this little youth man here, boy, Jaron Nurse, he want to know if the record clean and clear." "Okay, no problem." And he look at me and he say, "Yeah, boy, everything clean, everything clear." I don't know about you because you're Canadian, but Trinidadians, when we get good news, the walk could change. So the same way I walk in the building is not the same way I walk out. You know, I walk out with
You're
a
feeling
crawl.
that special kind of confidence.
Yeah, you know, I crawling out the building now. As I'm about to push the door, God said something that it changed my entire life now. He said, "Look at you. Watch how you getting on because them clear your record. But how much times I clear your record?" You know what I mean? And that hit me like a brick. Because the truth is, if they claim a record, as we used to tell them, I might be able to go to the US and the UK and Canada, and bless God, I just get to go. You know? So much so that I even having my own events over there. But if he don't clear the record, I can't get to go to heaven, and that's where I really need to go, where we all need to go. You know? So that taught me a tremendous lesson. So I tell people, come into contact with the real boss, the one that is clean and clear your records. I don't know where your records stand down here.
Yes.
I know you've been arrested a few times.
Yes.
It's not no news, and I'm not making fun of it.
Yes.
That is public knowledge.
Yes.
But the good thing about it, I don't know if you have a criminal record or what down here, but up there, make sure your record clean.
Yes.
Make sure it's clean in the eyes of Christ. So yeah.
My message from this is you could be in your darkest, downest moments in life. Maybe you were recently charged with a crime. Maybe you're sitting behind those gates right now. Don't give up.
Don't give up.
The future can change, and although you committed a crime over 10 years ago, now your record is free. He's traveling the world and spreading the message. I couldn't see you anywhere else. This is what you're meant to do.
Yeah.
And if you weren't doing this, it would be a real problem.
Yeah, and I think the biggest blessing in this for me is the kind of people that recommended this interview.
Yes.
You know, it wasn't church people.
Yeah.
People who say, hey, go and check the youth man out. So much blessings to all the other artists and all who would make the recommendations. You know, thanks for your time, for covering this story as well. I pray many blessings upon your life.
Yes.
And all your future endeavors. But the best thing and the best way to walk is to walk with Christ.
Well, you know,
that is my GPS, and that should be yours.
You know, I'm not letting you off the hook. I got 11% left on this battery. The clouds and thunders the thunder is raging in the back, but we can't let you go without a sample of your music, because I know they're gonna check you out.
Yeah.
But here's the spot.
So this one unreleased, right?
Okay.
It's called My Boss. It goes like, "Walk one act like a bad man boss, got a remote control for your life. So when them tell you run jump, you ask them how high. Say you're ready for strike, if you take another man life, you put your life on the line, so make me open up your eye. Cause it seems like them young boy blind. Because how come your boss man never give your mother money for the bail? And how come your boss man never visit you in jail? And if that's how him go on whilst you alive, what make you think when you're dead he go mind your child? And all the talk him a talk about brother. And if you only dead in line for stepfather, waiting patiently just to be the outside lover. So make me remind you that my boss got your boss breathing. Good Lord, Jesus Christ me believing. He got your boss man breathing. Next one, cause Jesus Christ like my first aid kit. Give me the plaster when me fall and the bandage when me trip. All when me backslide and slip. Jesus and the spiritual rope make me take the tight grip. Cause I know that this world could be toxic, but Jesus Christ like my daily antibiotic. And when things looking tough and I'm losing hope, Jesus Christ I'm a spiritual antidote. Him are the best medicine cabinet. Serving Jesus, he never fail me yet. Him like me smelling salt when sin getting me upset. I'm serving Jesus and I got no regret. So this message of Jesus I can keep to myself. Not the medicine I can keep on a shelf. I think I need to share him with the world. Share him with someone else. Make me just tell somebody about Jesus.
Okay, the rain has come down. It's been a great day. I hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. Something a little different. And if I ever become too repetitive and redundant, I gotta quit what I'm doing. I definitely gotta always look for new opportunities to spread some positivity. So personal thank you, first and foremost. I would greatly appreciate if my platform take a look and listen. You don't have to be overly religious to listen to the music and the message. But any going away messages for the world?
All I'll say is stay close to Christ. I just tell people stay connected to heaven so no man on earth could pull your plug. You know, that's the best connection and only connection you need.
Yes.
And I pray that you all have an encounter with Christ, because I tell people that's the best thing that ever happened to me. That's what works for me.
But why? Before we let them go, how did that encounter happen with you?
So, how it started, I was one of the first calls I got in my life. I used to be selling marijuana in school. I had no reason to, but I trying to find my identity, trying to find myself. I started to go with the crowd, you know, suffering from low self-esteem, fighting to be like somebody. I did crazy stuff. So I used to give a guy called we call his name, we call him Mr. X, right? So buy it for me in Carnage because my mom was a prominent praying lady. And when I go out to school, because I was involved in so much fights and stuff, we had police in the school, so they stopped and randomly search me, so I'd give a guy called Mr. X. To make a long story short, the guy that used to purchase it for me, he's in prison for murder. My mom was praying a night and saw handcuffs on my hand. She decided to go and search my bag. She found marijuana. She found a parcel of marijuana. She asked me where I got that. I told her from Mr. X. She went and she spoke to him. You know, she said, if I was a different parent, I'd let the police lock you up because you're older than Jaron. But I see you as a son, so don't live that life and don't encourage Jaron in that life. You know, and that was one of the turning points in my life. As I say, Mr. X, who used to buy it for me, he's in prison for murder. Mr. Y is murdered. So yeah.
So you might have a certain event in your life that might transpire. Most of the time that's a negative event, but use that negativity in a positive way, and that's the message for today. So I appreciate your time, I appreciate your drive. Also, my shrimp was good that you brought. He's been a complete gentleman. Guys, I encourage you to check him out.